Uh, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Are you serious? Ah. All right. We're going to do that. But anyways, put it back. We're still continuing the question. We're still continuing the question for all. The funny part about it is I think that was a user error stream death. That's the funny part. I think that was actually user error. But that's besides the point. So if you were to storm chase, okay, would you or what songs would you play, okay, on your playlist? And I will start out with one that I will always start out with. Okay, this is going to be a song for as soon as I'm ready to storm chase. If I'm going to the area that I want to go to, okay, this would be a song that I would start with. Only because the guitar just gets better and better throughout the song. You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. Don't worry about it, Morgan. User error. Let's see. Child in Time by Deep Purple. There you go. That. There you go. Okay, Gabe. Good stuff. Good stuff. I like that. Supercell. There's some I like in there, Kaylee. There you go. Shimmy by Maximum Hormone. There you go. Yeah, as I said, once you listen to the song, the guitar just gets more and more powerful. That's the song that I will start out with for every single chase. I also have a couple other as I look in my playlist, a lot of which are like 80s and 90s music. Nature is the music. Well, you gotta play or you gotta occupy yourself somehow while you drive to the storm chasing area. Because Morgan, oh my god. It's a misinput! It was a misinput! Anyways. No. Just, when you're driving to the area, I know I'm gonna be bored if I just, drive without music. That's just me, at least. Highway to Hell. Yep. It's been a while, Bun Bun. It's been a while. We got a couple of tornado warnings right now, but we're having some nice little engagement topics. Just so we, talk about stuff. Now, I will say, if there are some songs that I have listened to while I've storm chased, a couple of them that I have listened to as D'Alias City and or oh, what the heck? That looks like a debris signature. That's because it is a debris signature. It's a tornado. So we'll shelf this conversation until the tornado dies off. But that is indeed a tornado. That is a tornado on the ground south of Coffeyville. So that is the second tornado of the day. If you guys live in these areas, you need to take your proper precautions and get into your safe space. Tornado clips. Is that really only number 2? Yeah, take a look at the rap and take an environmental sounding of southern, or really just this area. Take an environmental sounding. You'll see why. Stream went bye-bye? Really? Oh, it's the wrong stream. Never mind. I gotta switch it over. Switch it over. There we go. All is good, chat. All is well. So once again, it looks like a tornado is in progress. Big debris signature. Oh my goodness. Well, there's your strong tornado. There's your strong tornado, chat. The good news right now is it's starting to move into a general direction to where there isn't a whole lot of people living in that area. They're not residing in that area. But if you live along US Highway 84, or if you live north of Grove Hill into Fulton and Thomasville, you guys need to get in your safe space. Pretty strong storm, probably a tornado more than likely. We'll have to completely verify it afterwards, because there is a small chance, like a very 1% chance that this could be a farce, but I don't think it is. I think this is a tornado. I'm pretty sure that all the signs are showing it. So, where have I been? Let's put it this way. I am definitely going to have to make that into a different video of what all has happened over the past 9 months. But, yeah. That is a PDS, particularly dangerous situation tornado warning. At 6:20 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 4 miles southeast of Coffeyville, or 15 miles west of Grove Hill, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. So once again, a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning has been issued here. This is for portions of Clark County, and that'll be in effect until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We'll look back on the other cell here in Collins and Seminary, as this definitely looks like it is going to try to produce another tornado. And that is a donut hole. Oh my goodness. We're talking about a weak echo region. Rain wrapping around all the way into a hole. And you know what? We might be able to see, if we can get lightning to illuminate the background, there's a good chance that this cell over here in Seminary, we'll have to see here soon, but this is going to possibly be shown up on our screen. We might be able to have it on our live camera. Our live camera's at Laurel right now, in Laurel, Mississippi. So Laurel is all the way over here. Here is the tornado warned storm. You can see the rain is wrapping around into a hook just like this. So we definitely are going to want to watch out for what all is going on here. But once again, if you're just tuning in here right now, in Alabama, there is a particularly dangerous situation going. It's ongoing right now with a large and extremely dangerous tornado. Update that there. But yes, very strong storm. You can see rain wrapping around into a hook. Sorry, I just had to send stuff to people that I know and update the title as well. But hook wrapping around, so the rain wrapping around into one central area, and it's wrapping around in a counterclockwise fashion, so that when we look at the velocities, we see the exact same thing. We have the reds and kind of tans moving away from the radar, greens moving towards the radar. Right in the middle is where the tornadic rotation would be. Right on the south side, right here on the leading edge, is where the tornado actually is. It's about to cross over US Highway 84. All right, this is going to go to the east of Coffeyville, and it is going to also head northeast. It is going to head northeast into some of these areas out here. I'm assuming this is, for the most part, wilderness, and then maybe some farming and stuff like that. But then it will cross over US Highway 43. US Highway 43, as well as areas near Thomasville and Fulton, you guys need to watch out, because there is very likely going to be a tornado that is going to try and move off into your area. So please watch out if you can. As I said, this is where the tornado is at right here. Is it a satellite? No. So this is the one thing about side lobe contamination on radar, is that usually when you have an entire area of rotation that is impacted by side lobe, on the south side of that side lobe contamination is where the rotation is at, because side lobe, once again, is being shown through the rotation, and the side lobe contamination actually carries the data that is supposed to be where the tornado is at, further out away from the rotation than it actually is. So this would be here. At least I believe that's what it would be. ZDR still picking up a lot of debris here. A lot of scattering. So there is definitely... This definitely looks like what would be a strong tornado. You can see some of the debris that was actually from the original bit of the tornado when it first started doing damage. And it actually shot it very far away from the tornado. I mean, take a look at this. This is where the debris is right now. I'll place a marker here, and the actual distance between the debris and the tornado in itself right now is about 6.5 miles away. And if we were to take a look at where this thing originally did damage, would be right here. Wow. So that's about 14 miles away. 14 miles away. That's how far the debris has been slung. So that's pretty pretty insane. Once again, if you're in Thomasville, Alabama or Fulton, Alabama, you need to get into your safe space. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and share this live stream with as many people as possible. That's the best way for us to get this out, because YouTube's algorithm actually recommends the live stream and even my videos to a smaller extent to people who may not know what's going on a whole lot. If you do that, there's a good chance that this live stream gets recommended to people who might actually need it. I can't tell you how many times people in my chat have been impacted by storms, and this is what I'm here for. So, but clear debris signature. I'll tell you what, this is clear damage being done. All the red everywhere around that here is rain. And these yellows, these greens, especially the greens and the blues, that's not rain. That's rain mixed in with other stuff, but that other stuff is definitely debris. Rotation is definitely weakening. That is the good news. It looks like the rotation in itself might be occluding. It looks like the tornado might be occluding north. It's possible. Let's see, we'll start with the original spot of damage. Put it at the center of... Yeah. It looks like it's occluding. It looks like it's occluding here, chat. Where's that sky camera again? This is in Laurel, Mississippi. So this is in the direction of the other tornado warning. It does look like this tornado is currently occluding. What that means is it's currently in a weakening trend, but it is still impactful. It still may even be on the ground. So folks who may be south of Campbell, southwest of Thomasville, need to still be on high alert. And even the folks in Thomasville, Pine Hill, and Yellow Bluff need to still be on high alert for this storm, because this thing could recycle and put down another tornado. And the same with the folks at Fulton, too. So please watch out for that. Let's take a look back at the storm that is due west of Laurel. And we actually have a live camera here in Laurel. We will have to see if we are able to see this storm as it gets closer. But if all things go well, and we never know, we might be able to see what lurks in the storm. Oh my goodness. Chat, I have a video to show you of the tornado earlier on today. As we keep that up on the side. Chat, we have a video here. This is out of Columbia, Mississippi. And Cody Stevens filmed this, but Ed Bloodsworth posted it on Twitter. And, well, I mean, just viewers' discretion is advised. Oh my goodness. First off, can I just mention, as we watch it a second time, look at this part of the wall cloud here swirl in. I mean, you'll of course see the tornado in itself kind of almost become, you know, the twister word for it is sidewinder, but I mean, look at this spiral in. And then of course the power of nature, the damage it does. But look at that. Look at this. Look at it spiral inwards. Like, how crazy is that? That looks like something you'd find in Kansas or Oklahoma. Well, maybe not Oklahoma. Oklahoma has its fair share of rain-wrapped tornadoes too. But I wanted to show you guys that because that was pretty something. Speaking of pretty something, this is right now in Laurel, Mississippi. I'm waiting for waiting for some lightning. Okay. Not that type of lightning. I need lightning that's inside the storm to be able to illuminate. So there's one. It's kind of interesting to see what it's looking at. I think this camera is looking off towards the north and west. Either that or it's looking due west. And we won't be able to see anything quite yet. We probably will see stuff, I'd say, in about 5 minutes, maybe. So what I think this is currently right now, as a new tornado warning gets issued, so listen in.
Tornado warning for southeastern Jasper County in east central Mississippi, southwestern Clark County in east central Mississippi, northeastern Jones County in southeastern Mississippi.
So if you live in those areas, guys, make sure you are in your safe space, as that is an extension. So that is a new tornado warning for Laurel, Mississippi. But what I think we're looking at right now is, I think this is the forward flank downdraft. I think this is we're looking at the body of the storm and not the rotation quite yet. That'll be on our left if anything does happen. That is a new tornado warning.
Tornado warning for southeastern Jasper County in east central Mississippi, southwestern Clark County in east central Mississippi, northeastern Jones County in southeastern Mississippi.
Real quickly, chat. I want to... It's not going to let me move it. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Display capture. Boom. So now we can do the best of both worlds. as it just won't let me move it, but that's fine. That's fine. Um, so we have to watch the left side. The left side's what we're definitely going to be watching. And yes, I do see that too. I I think it's just clouds as of right now, but there is going to be something interesting coming up. I do think so. At least based off of what I assume we're looking at. There's also a possibility that we're looking southwest, and that would be detrimental. We need to be looking west. Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what, it is definitely hard to tell what we are looking at when we don't know what direction we're looking in. It's definitely either northwest, west, or southwest. Alive and well, Cody, alive and well. Thank you, Rosemary. Yeah, it's been a while, Dave, but I'm living. I'm around. Let's go back to the radar. Show you all what's going on with Laurel, Mississippi, as that is what we are currently looking at with our live view. There's our hook. And this is as textbook as you can get it. I'll tell you what. Rain wrapping around all the way into a hook-like fashion. Inflow coming in unimpeded. So a lot of moisture coming in with this. Velocities show there is indeed rotation. Green's moving towards the radar, red's away. So right in the middle is where the heart of the rotation would be. And if you're in Laurel, Sandersville, Heidelberg, Vossberg, or Soso, you need to get in your safe space, underground or lowest innermost part of your building. We also, earlier, had a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning. That storm in particular is not rotating as well as it once was. So that's the good news. Not doing a whole lot. But hopefully for the folks that were south of Coffeyville, near Frankville and Silitpa, hopefully those folks are okay. Let's go back to the live view here because I really don't want to miss anything for you all as this gets closer and closer to Laurel, Mississippi. Well, it looks like we're looking at an angle. If that was the case, Will. I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you for being around. How's 2025 treating me? It's not bad. It's better than the end of, well, I should say the middle of 2024. The middle of 2024 was probably, it was rough. It was rough. It was pretty bad. Storm near Macomb is interesting. I'd have to look because that's the extension of the tornado warning north of Grove Hill.
Tornado warning for north central Clark County in southwestern Alabama.
Sheesh. That chest is gonna. I feel like I haven't been able to get over this cold. It's impossible. I'm never gonna be able to do it. Thank you, Ambience. I appreciate it. The plan here is we're going to be full-time until at least the beginning of June.
Tornado warning for northern Wayne County in southeastern Mississippi.
So that's just to fill in the polygon. Um, but the plan is to be full time all the way up until the beginning of June. There are a couple spots that are unavoidable in like the April days. There might be something during May to where I can't upload anything. It's just plans, my birthday and stuff like that. Um, but I fully plan on uploading every single day at 8 p.m. and that's if I'm not live streaming. If I'm live streaming like I am right now, then I mean, you know where to find me. But yeah. That's what we got. You know, it's really hard to tell. I see the cloud moving like this. I also see rain here. Is this a wall cloud back here? Is that what we should be looking at? It's hard to tell because it's dark. We need lightning to, help guide us a little bit. Okay, that was too close. Need a little bit further back. But it is very difficult to determine. I'm going to just do this for right now. Got my big light in my face. All right, I do think we are looking northwest. I think that's the direction of this camera. Interesting. I know it's not a priority right now, but what can I expect tonight here in Southwest Georgia? So actually, I think you guys should be seeing it early tomorrow morning. I see a lot of wind, but there's also a chance for maybe a spin up or two. There is a chance, but it would be more primarily wind, and it also will be hit or miss. So maybe one area gets a storm, and then there might be a break in the line, the other area doesn't. So do I suffer from migraine and or cluster headaches at all? Um, no, it's more of just like how can I put it? This is a big light. It is a very bright light. It's like a studio light. And in my old um studio, I had I had this. It was like a camera with like a ring light. That was how I lit my face. And well, it broke on me. It broke. I plugged it in about 15 minutes before I wanted to stream. And it flashed 4 times. And then it died. So I'm improvising. I'm improvising with the light, and the light is like it's up there. It's like in that direction. So I have to like put my you see what I mean? I have to put my hand above my eyes so that my eyes can adjust to like the dark colors because it's dark. Like the clouds and the night, it's dark, and having the light flash in my eye, uh, it does me no good trying to see the small details. So, thank you, Allie. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Would have been so cool if I covered Milton. Did I research Hurricane Milton's historic tornado outbreak? Tornado that struck Port St. Lucie. Was it an EF4? So first off, I knew Milton existed while I was out and away. I just did not want to touch weather, period. I was working on my college and I was working on my other stuff. Um, that tornado outbreak, from what I heard and saw as I looked back into it after a little bit, was insane. It was definitely insane. Um, what is going on? Drop frames detected. So, funny enough, ever since I started streaming, my frames have been dropping in and out. But it didn't do it the previous stream. So I guess it's just a typical Nate Snyder, your garbage stream. The typical shenanigans. The typical shenanigans, chat. It is unfortunate. But yeah, I did do some side research on it. As for the rating of that tornado, I remember it was at minimum a 3. That's what I remember it was. But new tornado warning.
Tornado warning for northern Choctaw County in southwestern Alabama.
So if you live in northern Choctaw County, you need to get in your safe space. Underground or lowest innermost part of your building. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pull this up. Potentially reports of damage. Trees and power poles across the road at this location. Location consistent with TDS. Conducting search and rescue, unknown injuries. And then there's also reports of damage over here. Oh, is that? I saw that lightning strike. Another drop frame, chat. We should all rejoice. No, we should not. Let's go back over here. So once again, reports of damage south of Coffeeville in Alabama. That PDS warning has now been canceled, so that storm is now dead. But from this Laurel cell, back when it was over here in Seminary, there's been reports of damage. Trees down, and then more trees down. Cawthron Road, Highway 49, Cold Springs Road. New MCD? Okay, I'll take a look. Yeah, once again, more drop frames, more drop frames. I think what I might do is start doing that, and that. I'll start shedding some of this. And there we go. Boom. So yeah, right now we have two storms that are tornado warned. We have this one that is north of Laurel, Mississippi, where we have a classic signature here of a tornadic thunderstorm. Rain wrapping around into a hook just like this. And then we also have an additional characteristic where there's actually a hole in the middle that is a bounded weak echo region. A BWER, or as I like to call it, a donut hole. And so right in the donut hole is where the rotation would be. If there was a tornado, that is where I'd look. So if you're in Sandersville, in Heidelberg, Shibuya, DeSoto, I would most certainly watch out for this storm. It has had a history of doing damage back over in Seminary and Collins, where trees were down in and around that area. So please watch out. All right, people have told me a mesoscale discussion has been issued. 0Z observed soundings are out. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look at that. Strong tornado potential expanding east of Weather Watch. Very interesting. Initially confined portion of southeast Alabama. And that's where it will be eventually. Recently intense supercell produced a potentially strong tornado. Zero Z LIX sounding sampled a rather favorable supercell environment. Number of additional warm supercells may be limited. Interesting. So it's going to have a chance to do stuff, but it's going to be confined within a small space. Summerall storm trying to split off. Let's take a look. Why does Summerall sound? Yeah, it's this one. That's what I thought. It's hard to say. It looks like it fizzed out, or that it underwent a split already. Could be both. But it looks like it kind of gusted itself out as if it was a strong downburst. At least the looks of it. Sup, Exody? Or Exodoi? It's Exodoi, not Exody. Exodoi. It has been a bit. Indeed. A long 9 months. Or 8.5 months. Oof. A lot of side lobe with this storm in Sandersville, in Mississippi. I'm still dropping frames, so that's wonderful. Might just be the time of night, I guess. I don't know. Just keep that for right now. Appreciate all who stuck to the channel and is liked, subscribed, and stuff like that. Does help me out. So I really do appreciate you guys. What? Is that seriously a person's house? Oh, that's the shed. Or that's someone's house. Holy goodness gracious. Think Sandersville is going outflow dominant? It's hard to say. It is definitely encountering some contamination at this time. And contamination always obscures what's truly happening. The only thing that what we really know is that it is rotating, it is there. It's on Route 11. Or Highway 11, however way you call it. But up here in PA, we call it Route 11. So yeah, this is northeast of Laurel, Mississippi. Said it was violent. Tornado debris lofted 30,000 feet at one time. Shall we investigate? We are true detectives. In every sense of the word. Correlation coefficient and correlation coefficient, but this will be 8 degrees. This will be 5 degrees. Okay, this might be too high. We might have to see, what is this? Let's do 1.8 and this is 4. All right, let's do some investigative work. Get our full screen out here. So there's the debris at 17,000 feet. I see 20, which still makes it as a strong tornado. No, that is not. No. I'm just gonna have to say no. I'm gonna just have to say 20,000. Give or take. Still very, very strong tornado. I mean, this is definitely EF3 capabilities. I'll stick with that based off of the radar data. What's up, Sabri? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. It's been a bit. What's up, Mary? Yeah, it's been a while. Been a long while. A lot of stuff has happened for me, but I'm here. I'll still be here up until the beginning of June, and then I got a vacation to go on. But the plan is to be full time, with the exception of maybe a couple of days here and there. We upload videos at 8 p.m., and we live stream the days that are active, which includes 5 tours. That's the plan, at least. Let's edit the video. Tornado is no longer on the ground, so we're just going to do tornado coverage and like it. Excuse me. Did I move? Yeah, I moved into a different place. It's pretty much in the same area. This is my my nice little hidey hole. Nice little hidey hole. Leaving southern Texas for Michigan tomorrow. What can you expect? Some snow. Some areas. Let's take a look. RDPS National. That's not what I wanted, actually. Actually, by the time you get to Michigan, you probably won't see any snow. But you probably could see some snow on Saturday morning. So, actually, the majority of Saturday into Sunday. And we will be live on Saturday because we've got weather. Pretty much the same exact place. So, stick around. Let's go back to Jackson's radar. Another 24 minutes for all of these warnings. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of these warnings actually got canceled. Oh, Baby Bean. Mobile's a little interesting. What? Really? That is a little bean. Keep freezing up. Yeah, so funny enough, Keaton, this is the funny part about today and why it is the cherry on top. My first stream worked perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And then my stream died. I started a new stream, and now it lags like every 2 minutes, where there's like frames that drop and stuff like that. And it's kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand it. I don't. But it does it. And it's every 2 minutes. Well, it's not exactly every 2 minutes, but it's just in increments of those 2 minutes. So, user error. Yeah, the stream died from user error. It sure did. It was a misinput. It was a misinput. I also want to take a look real quickly. the HRRR for the rest of the event tonight. Because I will say, at some point, I do need to go to bed. I work tomorrow morning. I'm going to be balancing 2 full-time jobs. Wonderful, right? So that's supposed to be right now. So it'll just continue to be like this for a good while. This ongoing tornado watch won't expire for another 3 hours. Missy with a 10. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Camera just told you skill issue, basically. Everything's been telling me skill issue today. I love how everyone is ganging up on me. It's just like, oh, sounds like a skill issue. Sounds like a skill issue, Nate. Your fault. It's funny. You guys are funny. Where did I put my phone? There I put my phone. Okay. Well, we had that topic of conversation. So now, here is another topic of conversation while we look after these storms. Because I'll just keep checking in on them as we talk, entertaining and stuff like that.
Tornado warning for Central Clark County in East Central Mississippi.
Really? We're going to continue to have topics of conversation while we talk about weather too. But new tornado warning here for Clark County. If you're in DeSoto, Shabuta, Crandall counties, as well as Quitman, need to get into your safe space as there is a storm with some pretty strong rotation that is just to the east of Route 11, and it is approaching Highway 45. So please get in your safe space. We'll have another topic of conversation here in a second. I'll have to answer some stuff from chat. Don't worry about it, Darth. I got it. It's not really my server anymore anyways, but I'm just self-promoting it because, yeah. I disagree, Kaylee, and the only reason why is because you can at least say that you had skill. It's just you messed it up. I'd take mistakes over being incompetent. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate that. Yeah, YouTube is all sorts of fun. That's why I'm here. Do I make any money from streaming besides Super Chat and donations? Nope. Unless if you guys are members and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like it's pretty scummy to put ads on a weather live stream. That's just me. If there was an easier way to have ads not obstruct, what you're watching, that would be cool. But nope. The only way I make money on live streams is through super chats and and members. But honestly, yeah, I'm at the stage right now to where I mean, I don't really need the money. Hell, the only thing I still need to do the giveaway. I still plan to do a giveaway for everyone on the server. Well, not on the server. On this YouTube channel. And I think I'll be doing the giveaway at the same time of which I release my how to read radar video, which will be that's sometime in a month. Oh, hi. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I've got 2 full-time jobs. Still need to get to the 78K milestone. Is it 78K or is it 72K? Something of the sort. Need to get there eventually. I have a feeling we will. I have a feeling we will. And that's fine. If you guys wanted to support, near the subscribe button, there's a join button. You can click that and then become a member that way. Or if you guys wanted to just super chat, stuff like that, that's cool too. You can even gift members as well. But this is the most Boy Who Cried Wolf supercell you've ever seen. I mean, it did damage before, so I guess it did something when it wasn't a wolf. But now, since it's a wolf, it's like it's scared. I hope it stays scared. That would be great. Man, that's just more and more side lobe contamination. I mean, this is definitely a stronger bit of rotation within this entire storm complex, but man, they should also cancel this warning that's here in Wayne County. The storm's not in Wayne County anymore. If you're in Wayne County, you're good to go for right now. There might be more storms heading in your area, but so my mom gave me a makeshift walking taco just because she stopped by. And now I'm going to need to get a fork. The cool thing about my living space is that my kitchen is over here. I just walk over and then boom. It's probably what was that, 20 seconds? All right, so as the storm continues to move on through, let's have another topic of conversation, shall we? So earlier, geez, words, difficult. Earlier, we talked about if you were to storm chase, what music would you have on your playlist? What would you listen during your storm chase? So that could be before the chase when you're driving to the area, during the storm chase, or afterwards. Up to you. But now let's also add another layer to it, shall we? As I update my radars. So, what layer shall we add? Pretty simple to me. So now since, wow, my computer's gonna try and update on my other computer. That's great. Another time. I don't want it to install right now. um, so if you were to storm chase, okay, let's say there was a storm that was right next to you and it had a pretty decent chance of producing a tornado, but it hadn't. It hadn't. And then there was another storm that was, that's about 30, 40 miles away. No context. That was producing a tornado. And let's say that tornado was going to, you didn't know at the time, but it was going to stay on the ground for another few hours, or that storm would stay alive and it would continue to produce tornadoes over those next few hours. What storm would you go after? Would you risk the storm that hadn't produced a tornado yet and very well may not produce a tornado and stay there and just watch that storm? Or would you travel the extra distance trying to catch up to the other storm just to see the tornadoes that actually were? I want to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. I think it fully is dependent, Chris, on what type of structures were hit, because the only thing that the enhanced Vegeta scale does is it shows what the maximum amount or the minimum amount of damage, the minimum intensity of what it could be. So that's the only flaw with the enhanced Vegeta scale. It only can give you so much. This is just not going to give me an update at this radar. That kind of sucks. Missy with the 20. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It says don't see the join icon. If you were on computer, it would be, if you were to go here, I do not want to hear myself. It'd be right here. Oh, you can't see that. It'd be right here. This would be the join button. Now, if you were on phone, I believe it's in the same spot. Unless if you are on Apple. If you are on Apple, you can't see it. You'd have to go onto like the browser. That's the only thing. Which sucks. I don't know why they haven't fixed that, but what time of day is it? Because that kind of determines it for me. Let's say it's 3 in the afternoon. Let's say it's 3 in the afternoon. By the way, for reference, other people put in their music for what they would listen to for their storm chasing. I said, "You Shook Me All Night Long" by AC/DC. That would be the first song I'd play. There's other songs I would play too. You're on Apple, so that would explain the reason why. So you'd have to go on browser, like Safari or Chrome or something like that. Yeah, so some of the other songs that I would play for my storm chasing playlist as a new severe thunderstorm warning gets issued for Wilcox County. So that would be the old tornado warning cell that produced damage south of Coffeeville. Um, some other songs that I would play would be stuff like Photograph by Def Leppard, Eminence Front by The Who, Midnight Blue by Lou Gramm. Uh, let's see. I've got other songs on this playlist, but I'm trying to only say the ones that I would like play a lot. Maniac by Michael Cimbello. Take Me Home Tonight by Eddie Money. Something About You by Level 42. I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. Bunch of country songs. Oh, Forever Young by Alphaville. The Boys of Summer by Don Henley. You know, that's some of the other stuff that I would play if I was storm chasing. I've got a bunch of other songs that are like 80s and 90s music, as well as a few country songs. But Enter Sandman by Metallica, yeah. But yeah, that's what I would do. Honestly, Apple isn't that bad of a learning curve. Apple is pretty user friendly. It's just YouTube on Apple is just not. Here I go again. Yeah, there you go, Crystal. For whom the bells toll. There you go. But yeah. Woo. What would be some R&B songs? Does Return of the Mac count? Does Return of the Mac count? If it does, Return of the Mac. I think it counts. It should count. I think that's also on my playlist too. Return to the Mac. What's up, Norfolk? It has been a while, hasn't it? You guys have a lot of good song suggestions. I'll tell you what. You guys have a lot of good song suggestions. So I was chasing. I think it was in July. It was sometime after I got back from Europe, because I went to Europe. If I'm not, many of you probably don't remember this, but I did go to Europe at the end of May into the beginning of June, and there was a storm chase day that was in New York. It was the Remnants of Beryl, and I chased that day. And it took me 5 hours to get up to Rochester, and I was just boosting the music the entire time. I also learned that my undercarriage was a little damaged for some random reason, but let's go. See, I know my music. Man, I'll tell you what, this cell in DeSoto and Shibuya has a lot of contamination still. But the fact that we're able to still see that it is rotating, it still kind of makes me want to watch it some more. I mean, obviously, besides the fact that it's tornado warned, still got a lot of decent rotation with it here on the velocities. A lot of reds and even oranges that are winds moving towards or away from the radar, greens moving towards. So we got some spin right there. There's even a couple areas of spin over here in Laurel too, southeast of Laurel. One right there. But yeah, the cell that's in Wilcox County is kind of just on the edge. Realistically speaking, all right, the only ways you're going to be seeing some significant activity, or the only places that you'll really see it, is going to be somewhere within this corridor. As this line that is back here, as that moves this way, all right, that line, whatever's on that line is going to try and be strong and severe. But if there's any storms that are out in front, like these ones, right, they would need to get bigger, they would need to get stronger, and they would need to do it quick. Be up there to do it. Yeah, I appreciate that, Missy. We try to go all over the place here. We talk a lot about weather, we talk a lot about science, but we try to be relatable. A new day 1 has been issued. Still a 10 sig tornado risk. So they still feel like the chance for strong tornadoes is possible. By the way, for reference, my storm chase last year in New York, I saw a funnel cloud, and that was it. Chasing I-90 might be the worst experience ever. Chasing on I-90 is terrible. So folks that ever chase an I-90 in New York, make sure you are out in front of the storm. Because if it rains, it pours. And you'll know what I mean. Yeah, we got some real good song suggestions in the chat. I'll tell you what, on my trip to Europe last year, because someone's mentioning about how Europe is beautiful. Best part about Europe, even though I'm not even sure if it's technically a part of Europe, because it's an island. I think it's a part of Europe. Iceland. Iceland was my favorite part of that whole Europe trip. I went to Paris. And Paris, honestly, is something that I was fine with just going there for one day for. I went there for one day. And I appreciated the culture. But everything pretty much looked the same. And I know that's the law. But I'm just kind of like... I like differences. I went to London. I liked London. London was not bad. The train from London to Scotland was dreadful, but that was only because I was genuinely at my lowest of my low. And that is for a video. For me to explain why I've been gone for so long is because it just so happened that I had probably one of the worst experiences of my life while I was on vacation, and it wasn't even because of the vacation, it was just because of some idiots who try to just bring down my name and stuff like that, and then just I felt pretty isolated. We'll just go with that. And then Scotland was fun. Iceland was beautiful. I went there during the summer. It got dim. It was never dark. It got dim. And that was surreal. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and it was still, there was still light outside. It was kind of crazy. So, and then I also remember, hate to throw around my previous experiences of traveling, but I had a school trip where we went to Europe. I went to Italy, Austria, which I loved because the mountains, Germany, which was great because at the time I was 16 and that's the drinking age. So I tried it out just to see, and it was okay. It was okay. But it was just the fact that I was able to try that was pretty cool. And the people were cool there too. And then I went to the Czech Republic, and I got a funny story for you all. So I got off the bus at this town, and we have our instructor, our tour guide. He was telling us about the town or whatnot. We were right next to the cathedral. I got out. I just was stiff from the bus ride. So I got out, and I just started stretching. Well, this dude, I'm pretty sure he's in his 70s or 80s, walked up to me and started cursing me out in probably the only words of English that he knew. And it was a lot of them. I don't know what I did. I apparently became the enemy of people in the Czech Republic. I'm not sure if my stretch was offensive to them or whatnot. Because all I was doing like runner stretches. Like my hamstrings were stiff. And it was just like, as soon as he did it, he walked by, my mouth was just wide open. I looked at the people that I walked with, because you had groups that you would go into in order to explore the different areas. And they just looked at me. They were like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what I did." Anyways, it's funny to look back at now and laugh because, you know, since when can you say you got cursed out by someone in another country for stretching, doing absolutely nothing? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if I met the male version of Karen in the Czech Republic or if they just told me to get off their lawn, but we're here now. I got back home. Munich was fun. I liked going to Munich. Prague was very interesting. I couldn't help but walk over the bridges often. But I didn't do much outside of that. I just walked around. I walked around. So yeah, that's my experiences of the world as I know it. It's very eye-opening. I know. You know, it's very, very surprising to everyone. No, but in all honesty, it was fun both times that I went. Should have chased Florida instead of New York. Chances have been higher of seeing something severe. Maybe so, but Florida is pretty far away. We're talking like at least 12 hours. That's 2 tornado warnings, by the way, chat.
Tornado warning for northern Wayne County in southeastern Mississippi.
The more you know.
Tornado warning for northern Choctaw County in southwestern Alabama.
So first off, chat, can I just say, ever since I started story time, my dropped frames have not been as crazy. So I guess in order to appease the YouTube gods or whatever, totally not legit. I guess I'll have to continue to interact with chat more and more. But it's been 12 minutes. It has been 12 minutes since my frames have been funny. At least according to this. So yeah, 2 new tornado warnings. If you live in Butler, Alabama, Lisbon, Alabama, Pennington, Alabama, Cromwell, Alabama, please get in your safe space. If you live in Waynesboro and Sewanee, Mississippi, you guys also need to get into your safe space. Both areas have some pretty strong rotation. Oh yeah, OBS is terrible with that. I don't know, Gabriella. I don't know. My favorite tour last year? Are we talking favorite tour as in like I'm awe-struck by how powerful it was? Or are we talking about like was my favorite tornado in general? Like, oh, it's just hip with the kids. I barely remember anything from last year, too. I just wanted to just hide in the corner. That's my feeling. That was my feeling of weather last year, period. At least after May. Well, no, after April. I still streamed in May, but it was just like... Even then, I was not feeling the greatest. I think the Hollister was one that you're still shocked by. I can't even remember that. There's only a couple tornadoes from last year that I remember. And one of them I wasn't even streaming. And that's the crazy thing, chat. If I don't remember the stuff that happened last year, that tells you that I've just had so much on my brain and on my mind that I just wanted to escape. One with the clear donut. Was that the one near Frederick, Oklahoma? If that's the one that was near Frederick, Oklahoma, that one was probably one of my favorites to cover last year. That was stupidly funny. Thank goodness it didn't hurt anyone. Or at least, I don't think it was. Impactful. Okay, then yeah, that one was one of my favorites. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate that. See, my favorite one to watch, just because I was just like, oh my god, this was so crazy, was the was the Elkhorn tornado, and then that same day the whatever that tornado was that was right after it. What was it, like Malvern? Neola? I can't remember. I can't remember what it was called. Woodbine. Whatever the two SIG tours that was over there. Menden? Yeah, that sounds about right. That there was just crazy in general. I had to finish my exam, and it was just like all sorts of crazy. Still, the storm that's east of Laurel on US Highway 84, in between Laurel and Waynesboro, is still spinning up. It's got a lot of side lobe contamination too, so hard for it to be set on anything. All right, we're gonna eat some more of my dinner. That was a crazy day, Chris. And the fact that it happened a year later was even crazier. Like, two tornadoes in almost the same exact spot 1 year from each other. Or one severe weather year away from each other. It was crazy. That was genuinely crazy. Portage tornadoes. You have a valid point, Norfolk. You have a valid point. The Portage tornadoes was crazy. That stuff in southern Michigan. Well, I find it funny that as soon as they warn Choctaw County, the rotation starts to kind of just do a little dance and then die out, at least temporarily. But still, Cromwell, Lisman, Butler, and Pennington need to watch out. Live in a simulation? I'd like to think that. uh, did you at me on Twitter? What happened to my messages? Why is my Twitter just not working? I do not see it. You'll have to tell me what your handle is on Twitter, so that way I could see. Interesting. I'll refresh this page here real quickly. Drone footage damaged by Columbia, Mississippi. Well, thank you. I'm going to retweet that on my Twitter, but not show it on stream because that's Brian M. Finger. And I do not want to be sued. By the way, it's completely valid for people to keep their footage behind a paywall. It's their jobs. Looks like a lot of EF1 damage. That is definitely the shed that they're talking about. Yeah, just based off of just eyeballing it, some EF1 damage there. Judy, what's up? Nice to see you. Long time no see. Remember for Greenfield, you pulled out your green screen, used that for like 2 hours? I still have my green screen over there. I just have to connect it. That's why I have my other computer now. So now I have two. One there, one there. Two different PCs. Whew. In Madison, Indiana at that time, Missy? That's kind of crazy. Sheesh. Well, I'm glad you're all right. You were all right through that. That is a tornado in the ground. In the ground, on the ground. That is a debris signature. If you live near Hwanee and Waynesboro, you need to get in your safe space, underground or lowest innermost part of your building. Yeah, that is absolutely a debris signature. It's right here, too. So the side lobe contamination fools you that it's all this, when it really is this. See? So side lobe contamination basically moves data away from where it's supposed to be. If you guys couldn't get the trend already, there's the trend. So anytime I say there's side lobe contamination, just assume that data is skewed or incorrect. So right now we have a little bit of both. We have incorrect and skewed. Oof. How's our other storm doing? It's still rotating. It's just not doing much more after that. We'll probably get a new scan here within the next 10 to 20 seconds. Never mind, we'll get a scan sooner than that. There's your debris. Absolutely. Your reds is basically rain. Even the white is rain. Once you start to get into the greens and blues, that's stuff with rain. And if you align that with rotation, that is typically a good signal. It tells you that there's tornadoes afoot. Ah, yeah, I see it. Yeah, that cyclone is definitely yeesh. Any live cameras out there? Unfortunately, no. The only reason why I know this is because I feel like I've covered this particular area like 5,000 times. Like, I know it has been a long time, and that is a PDS now, so that is something to consider as, I'll talk about the PDS here in a second, but I want to emphasize how often we've talked about this area here. I feel like we've said Wayne County or Waynesboro in Mississippi every single stream that has been in Dixie Alley. And you guys in chat could probably co-sign that with me. But here's your particularly dangerous situation tornado warning here. At 7:53 p.m. Central Standard Time, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 8 miles northwest of Waynesboro, moving east at 50 miles an hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. Once again, a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado warning has been issued for portions of Wayne County. That'll be in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So they are definitely looking at this correlation coefficient drop. They are looking at the velocity, and honestly, to be honest with you guys, I don't think this velocity is side lobe. I don't think it is. I think it's fixed itself. And that is absolutely a debris ball. Holy goodness. Pretty soon we're going to be getting new scans on that. You can actually see the debris ball in regular reflectivity too. The darker colors of red. Man, oh man. Yeah, that is definitely a strong tornado ongoing. And we said it. I mean, this back part of the line right here is probably the area that is, or probably the storms that are going to try and produce your tornadoes. I mean, they're just paralleling the warm front exceptionally well. Yep, we will definitely be here for the day 4 event, which just a quick little look, just 5 seconds. Boom, that's all it is. We will be covering this on Saturday, and we are also going to have videos every single night at 8 o'clock from now until June. Now until the beginning of June. Cell near Selma. Is this thing... This thing has to be in the warm front now. Has to. Man. Okay. Maybe some of the velocities are now de-aliased. But, still. Yeah, I'm really hoping that this population here is in their safe space. Once again, if you're in northern Wayne County in Mississippi, there is a tornado ongoing near your area, and you need to get in your safe space. Lowest, innermost part of your building, whether that's a bathroom, a closet, basement. And if you are in Matherville, Huani, areas north of Waynesboro, areas north of Highway 84, east of Waynesboro, if you're near Melvin, you need to get in your safe space. Once again, underground or lowest innermost part of your building. Flipped occupied camper per public safety scanner. That's a good point. We actually should have a police scanner. Don't give me an ad. It gave me an ad. That is still a heck of a debris ball. And honestly, if you're in Hawani, you need to get in your safe space immediately. Shibuya and Hawani. Shibuta's outside of the warning. If you're in Shibuya, I honestly would consider you in danger, potentially in danger, if this thing occludes north. Hawani, absolutely in danger, need to get into their safe space. But if this thing occludes and moves north, it could go after Shibuya as well. So Shibuya and Matherville need to get into their safe space. Absolutely get in their safe space. All right, there we go. We updated that. Once again, particularly dangerous situation tornado warning has been issued for Wayne County, Mississippi. If you are in Wayne County, Mississippi, you need to get into your safe space immediately, underground or lowest innermost part of your building, particularly a bathroom or a closet with no windows so you can put as many walls between yourself and the tornado as possible. The unfortunate thing is that there's not really a whole lot of cameras out here, so the visuals is not going to be amazing. But we can try to improvise. Let me get some different cameras on. Well, what we'll do is we'll put this camera on that was in Laurel. Let's take a look at the correlation coefficient here. Once again, this is where the debris can be found. Anywhere in this red and white, that's rain. Once you start to get into the blues and greens, that's when you start to get stuff that is mixed with rain. If there is a tornado in that area, tornadoes can loft debris up with rain, and that's what can skew the data. And in this case, we know for a fact there is a tornado on the ground here, as the National Weather Service has issued a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning for a large and extremely dangerous tornado. But let's take a look. We have our debris right here. Let's see how high this goes up in the atmosphere. So let's go back in time. Debris right there, there. So it stops shy of 20,000. It gets to about 16,600 feet. That's a pretty strong tornado, to be honest with you. And if I pull up, let's see. Tornado intensity guidance. That's pretty funny. So the tornado intensity guidance here will bring up the velocities, please. Were we using Mobile? Yes, we were. We absolutely were. This would be what we'd use. Oh. Uh, 65.1. This is 16.6. Okay, so according to the calculations here, chat, this is not an official, all right? This is not an official measurement. This is not an official measurement, okay? This is an algorithm that tries to guess the general range of the intensity of the tornado. And if it's still on the ground, too. So, according to the data and history, we're talking about a mid-range EF3 is possible. It could be low to even an EF2. But based off of... That's lights, by the way. That's not power flashes, so don't worry about that. Oh, per Ryan Schultz. Never mind. Power flashes on his stream. So, that makes sense. But you know, the point being is that this storm, you know, a strong tornado is constituted as an EF2 or stronger. So that would make sense. This would absolutely be a strong tornado. This would absolutely be a strong tornado by the rule definition. If it was an accurate reading, it looks like the debris has started to fan out from where the rotation is at. This is where the debris was. You can see it moved further and further to the east along with the storm, but it also started to lose those greens and blues. Now, a lot of the debris is also over here. It's been scattered from the main area of rotation. So that's just another thing to consider. I think this is all also debris too. But and if that is all also debris, 18,000 feet is definitely possible. Just for science. Yeah, it doesn't really change that much. It's just basically confirms to us that we had a strong tornado. How high are we looking here? 64,000 feet. Yeah, it doesn't look like the debris got any higher than that. Still a lot of rotation with this storm, though. It's heading towards Matherville. Matherville definitely needs to watch out for the potential of some tornadic activity, too. So watch out for that. Just saw Ryan's stream. Ryan Scholl, right? It's the gate-to-gate shear on that tornado. Gate-to-gate velocity here. It would be 65 knots, so it'd be 90 on top of 60. Delta velocity of 150 miles per hour. Which is probably one of the only times in which the delta velocity was not that far off of the actual intensity. Jeez. Wow. Live storm chasers got permission to show a video from some person in a Walmart near Columbia, Mississippi, which, by the way, for whatever reason, footage from tornadoes always seem to come from Walmart parking lots. I don't know why. It just does. So if you were to storm chase in the future, I guess you have to just pick a Walmart parking lot. But I retweeted it on Twitter for those who may want to see it. But yeah. Oh, absolutely. Ryan Scholl found a tornado. That's a large tornado, too. Fortunately, I can't show that either. But, oh my goodness. It's you can't see any of the individual vortices and stuff like that. It was just a large tornado. I mean, we're talking a chunky tornado. It's a fat tornado. A fat one.
I'm on the 1500 block of Shibuya Yukata Road. There's 3 in a row. I can't make it to 1731.
Yeah, that's quite possible, tornado clips.
But I'm looking for a trailer that's turned over with one death.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been a while, Mr. Raider.
Trees down all over around. We'll have to get chainsaws probably to put in there too. They are safe. 43.2 to 43.1.
Seems legit, Blay. Happy you feel that way. Trying to look on both screens to see if I can get as much information on this thing as possible, but right now, the main area of rotation where the tornado would be is now about to go right over Matherville. So if you're near Matherville, there's a new tornado warning, so listen in.
Tornado warning for southwestern Choctaw County in southwestern Alabama.
So that is a new tornado warning, an extension. As the storm is now heading into Alabama. And there it is. So there's the new warning. It is not a PDS. So they only extended it. But absolutely necessary to get the warning out on this thing. You know, I also want to take a look. The heck just happened? What? Yeah, never again. So this storm that's over here near Hattiesburg, or these storms, I guess it's just on a line. It's just not going to do a whole lot. So it really is just these storms. It really is just this complex right here. Refresh my Twitter and or X. I'm not going to show that in fairness of Ryan Scholl, but those power flashes are just absolutely mental. I know, right, Abigail? Been a while. 8.5 months. It is good to be back, though, I will admit. I will admit, it is pretty nice. Even though we have stream issues now, but it's the same old, same old. The more things change, the more they stay the same. There's always something that goes wrong. Yeah. Alright, we are leaving that. I am not watching. Not watching that. Quality much better than an hour ago. That is the one thing I will say. Ever since we had story time, the stream and the quality has been so much better. So I guess the YouTube gods just like story time. I don't know. Baby Storm by Jackson is trying to form. Really? All the way back over there? If I can find it. Might be the wrong Jackson. Oh, that Jackson. Aw. Yeah, I definitely think it could. Moved into a new apartment? Well, congratulations! I remember you were talking about how you had a pretty complicated situation. And now you're hopefully doing better for yourself. Good. Yeah, OBS always does this stuff. Stupid stuff. The more things change, the more they stay the same. OBS more like OBRES. As in like like what gamers do. Like squeal like a pig almost. Is that what that is? I've always wondered. Like I do it too. Whenever I like mess up, I go like ree. That's not what I usually do, but I'm not gonna scream my lungs out. But yeah. Always makes a mistake. Yeah, Ryan is definitely he's definitely out in the trenches today, I'll tell you what. Pretty soon I won't be surprised if these warnings get canceled and it's just severe thunderstorm warnings. I won't be surprised. Seems legit, Gabby. Oh my. uh,
Got power line, trees down here. If you turn on Winter Street off 24.
more OBS. Yeah. If you didn't just hear, there is some reports of damage, trees down. Makes sense. It is always Dixie that goes crazy at nighttime. There's a word And if you don't like creative words, cover your ears. But there's a word for Dixie for whenever these events aren't the greatest or they're as annoying as they are like tonight, where they're like nighttime grunge. This is your one warning to cover your ears if you may not like words. But we call it shixie. It is not fun for any chaser. You got fast storms, you got rain wrapped storms, you got bad roads, you got trees, you got everything. It is not fun. Sailor, hey, what's up? Nice to see you. Appreciate the kind words. Any damage? Didn't see any. Okay, cool. Wonder when my new neighbors will get to hear my new weather rate. Weather ratings. I've got my one weather radio back there. It's right there. It's right there. And then you can't see it, but right next to it is my my panel for my weather station that's outside. So I got that covered. All that stuff over there. I know, right, Connor? Yeah, would you guys be surprised to learn that there are no severe thunderstorm warnings right now? It is all tornado warnings. And they are not all the same style of warning. You have a regular tornado warning, you have a tornado reported, and then you have the leftover of the PDS tornado that isn't on the ground anymore. So I think you need a few dozen more weapons. Oh no. Goodness gracious. If I do that, I might go insane. I might actually go insane. I know some people who have like dozens upon dozens of weather radios, and to be quite frank with you, that's pretty cool. All right? Some people have some great hobbies and stuff like that. But if I were in the middle of the night, if I were to in the middle of the night hear 6, even 3 weather radios go off, I would lose it. One is fine for me. One is fine for me. One is okay. I hope. But if I had like 3, 2 I might even be able to deal with. 2 might be fine. I know some people who have like 6, 7. And I ask them every single time, how do you get sleep during a weather event? And he responds simply by just saying, I don't. I don't, or I set the county code for just single. So that way you just have the singular county code, which is smart. But yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. I see the cyclone off of Australia. Yeah, I mean it is trucking. It is that is as gnarly of a rapid intensification as you're going to get. Now, fortunately, that part of Australia isn't that populous, but it is crazy. Are you serious? No. See, I have multiple, but I set it to the counties that are around me. So it's the one the one that I'm in, and then the one that is also to the west of me. Because usually storms go west to east where I live. TJE, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. What? Yeah, of course. Selma, Alabama. Well, no. 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 It's in the warm front. Why do you do this to me? It's in the warm front. You can see the cyclone off of Australia on radar Omega. You can also see it on radar scope. Do 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 do. Oh, wrong way. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ta-da! Oh, I gotta turn that. Kill it. Sorry, ears. Had to be done. So do you keep both of them on, Abigail? Because as I said, I wouldn't have both of them on if I was going to sleep. I'd have one on. And then if there's a severe day, I'd have both. Montgomery cell? Well, yeah, there's definitely some stuff going on here, I'll tell you what. I'd say this one is the main rotation. This one, not as much. That is counter clockwise. Or no, that's clockwise rotation right there. That is the funny rotation down there. But this is definitely a supercell. Anticyclonic at the bottom, cyclonic at the top. I don't know. As I said, I'm not sure if this is surface based. I'm going to be honest with you all. I think this might be a little elevated, but we're going to watch it just in case if it produces a tornado. We're going to watch. Oh. So basically you have 2.5? Two and a half weather radios. How bad do I think it's going to get in northwestern Georgia? I think your main threat is going to be flash flooding, to be honest with you. There's going to be a lot of rain over the next couple of days. And it'll even continue up and you'll get a break on Thursday or Friday, but Saturday you guys have to watch out. Oh. Huh. Well, the hope is that this storm just goes bye-bye soon. That is the hope. If you're just tuning in here now, by the way, we've had 2 strong tornadoes and 1 weaker one today. So we've had a couple tornadoes. We've had a few tornadoes. And there's still the chance for maybe a couple more. I'm saying goodnight to Becca because she's going to go to sleep. Grandma.
We've got 6 hours before, and it's still a pretty drive. I got a hold of her son. He did say that he got in contact with her. She's all right. I haven't gotten contact with the cousin. The cousin is the address that that's out. So I got some guys with chainsaws too. As soon as we get the power cut. Yeah. Yeah, where Union was at, you called a while ago for a saw while throwing that deep horse Buddha Road.
I've been oofed.
Yeah, you Buddha Road and Winter Street. Yeah, 44-2, I'm out here on the deep horse Buddha Road. Got an ambulance behind me.
Yeah, both of these rotations are just not doing a whole lot.
Can you get
Do I think this is an early beginning to Dixie's severe season? Eh.
Yeah, just past the street road where you turn and go to that street. I can't remember the name of the road.
I'd say not too much.
Or down that road. Winter Street. Yeah, just past that. Right, I'm coming off JP Water on the big horse boat. I'll be there in about five minutes. Alright, 181.
What do I think the Orioles are going to do this year? Probably going to be the wild card team. I'm not too confident. I'm not too confident.
I'm just going to have to find out exactly where all the fire departments are located right now. I have deputies pretty much at each residence.
Yeah, boy, you got any reports any damage from highway?
Not at this time. Negative. Had no reports at this time. City 1 to County Patrol.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot. The tornado warning just got canceled. There's only 3 flash flood warnings. All right, chat. I'm going to look at the models here real quickly. And if it doesn't say much, it might be a good time for me to go to bed because I have to wake up at 5 in the morning since, as I said, I balance 2 full-time jobs now. I have YouTube, because as I said, I'm going to upload every single 8 o'clock, unless if we live stream. And I've got my warehousing job that I make $22.50 an hour with. It starts at 6, it ends at 4. Ugh. Disgusting. I hate waking up early in the morning. I really do. Am I able to estimate what time the storms will hit the Dothan areas? Yeah, of course. Eh, 4 to 5 a.m. It is good money for waking up early. It is, it is. Yeah, I mean, these storms will just continue to go on and off all night, realistically.
I'm gonna be en route to B4 Scooter Road. There's this 44 2.
Go now? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Heading to bed. Have to get up early for work. Thank you, Connor. I'll be seeing you around. Heard someone said the spring will be bad like 2011. I hope not.
Yeah, I do believe so. We're over here at Student Drive. We cut off the road here where the tree is on 84. You don't have to go up the road. Okay, come over Spring all the way to IQ Lake Drive, please.
What could you be expecting tomorrow in Madison, Georgia? Go to Georgia. Real quickly. Okay. Madison, Georgia. Honestly, just regular wind and rain overnight tonight. And then that's it. You'll be getting your storms at around 2, maybe 3. That's it. Good night, Exodoy. Am I able to... Oh, I answered that. Nate, your eyes are dying. I'll try. We'll try, Gabby. Alright. Just based off of the looks of it. Based off of the looks of it. I mean, I really do believe there probably is going to be more storms to try and form and stuff like that. Might try to be tornadic. But it doesn't look too crazy. Not right now, at least. Have I checked the model runs for Saturday yet? No, and I will plan to do so tomorrow for when I am making my video for it. Because we will be making videos every single day, unless if I stream. And they will be uploaded at 8. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I haven't looked at it yet. I have an idea as to what it looks like, but I'm not going to be able to see a whole lot this far out. So okay, I think it's time to go to bed, at least for me. Turn this off. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. As I said, I'll make a video explaining about where all I was Probably next week. Probably next week. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, the typical stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow night. We'll be making a video tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock sharp. It'll be 8 o'clock sharp every single night, unless if I somehow get thwarted. My plans get thwarted. But, okay. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Please be safe. Have a good night. And yeah. See you guys.